Well, Aussies are staring down the barrel of a second fuel price shock as the war between the United States and Iran escalates again. Donald Trump had planned to blockade the Strait of Hormuz and charge a hefty 20% tariff on all cargo, which saw crude oil prices rise more than 10%. But that was yesterday. The president has since reversed his toll threat, although experts warned the flow-on effects to Bowsers here at home could still be worse than before. To break it all down, let's bring in John Blackburn, Chair of the Institute for Integrated Economic Research Australia. Good morning to you. Could prices really be worse than when the war first kicked off, and why?
I think it's going to head back that way. One of the reasons the prices haven't got out of control in recent months is IEA member countries released 400 million barrels of oil to the market from their strategic stocks. That was a progressive release, and the end of those stocks is probably the end of this month, which means prices will most likely go up, because with the chaos in the Middle East, there's no ceasefire, there's no resolution. That supply shortfall will be accentuated. So we're looking at price increases.
OK, so if Trump's standing there today saying he's going to let everyone through the strait except for Iran, will that let oil flow freely? Because Iran doesn't produce most of the oil, does it?
Yeah, but Iran says the strait's closed. And so what we've seen them is attacking ships. You're not going to get insurance for those large ships coming through there with this impasse that's going on. So essentially, Trump's just chaotic announcements in the last 24 hours just show it's just a confused mess. There is nothing resolved. The problem is, as it was last week, you're going to get very low flows, if any at all, until they resolve something.
So that's a disingenuous statement that he's made.
That's normal for Trump. I mean, you've got an erratic man in charge of the most powerful military in the world, and we're seeing the symptoms of that. We see the flow on to our fuel prices, which is our concern, but it goes beyond that to fertilizers and chemicals. But the real worry we should also be thinking about now is we're watching basically the fracturing of the relationship between the United States and Western allies. That's got major impacts for our national security and defence in the next decade. This is a major change of our relationships and our security.
OK, for people trying to just fill up their tank, how high are prices going to go now, roughly?
Some of the analysts in Europe and America are talking over $100, perhaps $110. It really depends on how bad things get and whether or not China re-enters the market as a consumer. It had been using its own strategic stocks in recent months. So it's going to go up. The scale depends largely in some degree on what China's behaviour is as well and how long this impasse goes for. But we need to prepare for those cost increases.
OK, as high as last time, as high as February?
Well, again, I'm hearing a $110 figure, and that's why it's important the government doesn't go and remove that excise discount right now. We've got some times ahead. Best to keep that excise discount going there to help Australian businesses.
Do you think they will? Because that's due to come off in early August.
I think it's political suicide if they don't do it. This is an incredible mess. It's unpredictable, but we know the risk is increasing.
And they're left with it. OK, thank you very much, John.